The Secret to Success, an eye-opening story. There was a young man who labored at a factory. His old technician mentor urged him to say less, work harder, and never give up, building his expertise in all facets of the factory's operations. The elderly man retired 10 years later, and the young man, after he became a technician himself, maintained the same commitment to his work and perseverance as he was instructed. He visited his mentor one day, and the old guy saw that he was miserable and inquired as to what bothered him. The young man sighed and gave a heartfelt speech. "I have been doing as you've said, all these years, regardless of the project. I maintain silence and pay attention to my task since I know I did a good job at the factory and that I picked up all the necessary abilities there. I don't understand why the guys who lack my qualifications or experience have all received promotions while I remain at my current position, earning the same amount of money as I did when I was your trainee. Are you certain that you have become essential to the factory?" the old man questioned. "Yes," he nodded. The old man strode back and forth, thinking. After a time, he turned to the young man and told him to request the day off with any justification. The young man was taken aback by this advice. It's time to give yourself a rest. But the more he considered it, the more sense it made. He thanked the teacher and hurried off to request the time off. The manager brought him into the office when he got back to work after his day off to inform him that things had not gone well at the plant. While he was away, other people experienced various issues that typically would have been handled by him, and they were unsure how to resolve them. Seeing how important he was, the manager made a decision to reward him and gave him encouragement by elevating him to senior technician. The young man appreciated the experience of his tutor. From that point on, he took a day off anytime the young man felt that he deserved more than what he was receiving, believing that this was the key to success. He knew that when he returned the following day, things would be much better. This pattern persisted for several weeks. To his horror, the young man discovered one day that he was barred from entering the plant and that his employment had been terminated. He had no idea what else to do because he could not believe it. In an effort to understand how things had turned out so badly, he went back to meet his mentor. He said with wounded pride, "Why did I lose my job? Did I not follow your instructions exactly?" "No, you didn't, since you only heard part of the lecture. You quickly realized that no one notices a light bulb that is constantly on when the elderly man shook his head. People only suddenly pay attention and realize they've been taking it for granted until it goes off. You departed before hearing the second half because you were so eager to put this learning to use." The young man realized in the second half that he might have made a serious error. "Describe the second half." To emphasize his point, the mentor talked carefully. "The second half is more crucial than the first. It is realizing that the light bulb will eventually be replaced with a more dependable one if it keeps going out regularly. Who wants a light bulb whose illumination can never be relied upon? You see, you have friends and family that you have taken for granted in life. They are always there for you. But what might happen if they suddenly go? Do not hold off realizing how significant they are till such a time. Today, express gratitude for the blessing of having them in your life. Don't allow yourself to be taken for granted either. Do your task, nevertheless, and don't abandon it because something doesn't turn out the way you had hoped. Discover balance in life, and life will thank you by restoring it. These possess motivational tales to share. Thanks for watching, and stay blessed.